How do you do? My name is Harry Wetzel. Thanks for coming. I'm the production manager, the tech director, the scene designer, the scenic carpenter, the scenic painter, and the props artisan at the Detroit Repertory Theater. Everything but lights. I don't do lights. Hi. I was born on the very day in history wherein people of Earth first saw photographs of the far side of the moon. Yes! So look that up. Right after that, I got involved in theater. I was in the kindergarten pageant. Right after that, I was in the 5th grade pageant. No, 6th grade. Mrs. DeBarra cast me as the lead, even before audition. Harry Wetzel, you're going to be the lead. Later on, I got involved in theater in high school. Started as a technician. I missed the auditions and I was frightened to audition. I didn't know anybody in the room. I remember standing outside of the audition, the Valentine Auditorium in high school, and there were dozens of people in there, and it was auditions for the new play, Look Homeward Angel by Ketty Frings, a Pulitzer Prize winning. And there were dozens of people in there, and I was terrified because I needed someone to say, come on in. And I stood out there and looked in, and I saw many of the people in there that I actually knew. But I walked home because I was anxious. Well, that weekend, one of my friends walked up to the director of the production and he said, I understand that the set construction is going to begin this weekend. And I knew that was my way in. So I started working on set construction when I was in 10th grade. My father was a carpenter. He built furniture. So my whole life I had the smell of sawdust and the sound of the radial arm saw down in my father's workshop going on my whole life. I remember that sound. And he would build chairs and stools and dining room tables. For decades, he'd been going to everyone in the family. You want a chair? You want a table? You want a dining room table? So there was always some construction going on in the house. Dad built many, many chairs and tables and pieces of furniture. My mother was a painter, so I got it from both sides. I did. My grandfather, that's my mother's father, he was an actor on the stage. We have some of the reviews. It's fabulous. Anyhow, so I got wound up building sets in high school. And the first day of set construction, the boss came up with a little handheld circular saw. Now, I had worked with my dad's radial arm saw, but I had never used a handheld circular saw before. And he came up, it's a bunch of high school kids. Nobody knows what's going on. And he said to the entire crew, anybody ever used one of these before? And nobody said anything because they hadn't. He said, Wetzel, did you? And I said, yes. I'll lie. And in one stroke, I became the most important person on the set crew, besides the boss. It was great. And I was wound up building the sets and acting on the stage through high school. And then after high school, I started working at the Greenfield Village Henry Ford Museum Theater. I got cast in a show over there, and the tech director over there said, you used to build sets in high school, correct? I said, yes. He said, would you like to come and help build the next one? And then I had a paying job building sets. I was a stagehand for the city of Dearborn. Then I went to the University of Detroit, built a few sets over there, acted over there, and got out of town. I moved to New York City. I was there for a while. I wound up being technical director for the Double Image Repertory Company, and that was sort of fancy. There was a small theater, but 2 completely different sets in which I was, head of changing. It was true repertory. We'd have a rehearsal for Savage in Limbo one night, and then we'd crash the set all the way down and put up the set for Filthy Rich the next night, and then we'd take that down and put up the set for Savage in Limbo, and take that down over and over and over. It was really hard, but we got a lot of work done. We had a small crew, and we all worked very, very hard. Anyhow, I got out of New York, I came back to Detroit, and eventually I started working here at the Detroit Repertory Theater.